Welcome everyone back to the Spearhead cast, to the first match in Spearhead 2. Now I have some words to say before we really get going. You sent me in casting with Soviets and Western Allies on the same team. I really do not want that. It feels very immersion breaking. In the future, could you please only send me in games where it's either the Soviets or the Western Allies against the Axis? Thank you very much. Anyway, let's get on to the players, shall we? We have Eric playing as Ranger Company for the United States of America. We have Dolan playing as the Soviets, without having picked the commander yet. And we have Radiko playing as Shock Division for the Soviet Union. We have Semoya playing as Jäger Tactics for the Waffen SS. Arranged Karma as Panzerdivision for the Wehrmacht. And Smokey as Ostdivision for the Wehrmacht. Ooh, that's gonna be interesting. Looks like... Ah, yeah. Looks like we have the reechelon fight in the Sturm Pioneers here. But as a feature of Spearhead 2, the echelon no longer have carbines. They have Springfield rifles. They're no longer good in close quarters combat. So one has to be careful with how they utilize them. And yeah, indeed people are commenting on it. A lot of people have to get used to the new stuff in Spearhead 2, which makes sense. So this battle actually has a winter tech enabled, or cold tech. So we might actually see a blizzard later on. Bunch comes inside the buildings, fighting out against the pioneers here. Riflemen trying to fight against the Storm Pioneers, but some Storm Grenadiers are coming up. So we're trying to make a flank here. Oh no, they're trying to dig in, okay.
Our forces increase.
Still no commander from Dolan. Ooh, and Americans are taking heavy losses here. The Pioneers and the SS troops are causing another hurt here. Oh, we have several Grenadiers here for Arranged Karma. The 15th Panzer Grenadiers. Storm Grenadiers trying to contest the Soviet position here. Now we have a firefight going on here on the Eastern Front, pun intended, with the Osttroops present. Looks like the Germans are flanking, throwing a Gebaldeladnung. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Oh, could have been worse. But the sheer amount of Grenadiers coming in here is gonna be too much for the Soviets to hold.
A squad of infantry has been killed. Death before retreat.
Looks like the Osttruppen and some Volksgrenadiers, no, actually just normal Grenadiers, are trying to flank up here. It's not looking good for the Soviets here. The normal Grenadiers are proving to be very good. Very accurate with their Kar-98s.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
The Osttruppen are a little bit unique in the aspect that they are mostly not Germans. Some of them might actually be Germans, but not from Germany. They're mostly from other countries in the eastern parts of Europe that the Germans forced to fight for them. Or actually, quite a few were also sometimes volunteers, but that really depends. There's a lot of people that don't like the Soviet Union, which makes sense for the time. Still no commander pick from Dolan. Dushka in position though. An American rifleman trying to hold this position, somewhat working better thanks to heavy cover. Storm Grenadiers trying to charge, throwing a grenade. We're getting mowed down. But... Oh! That's a Dushka gone. Radical arming his Maxim with body armor, which is a thing you can do as Shock Division. Which makes him quite a lot tougher. As you can read the description here, if you want. Looks like the Germans are digging in here. I like this. It's like a good fighting position setting up here with the Osttruppen and the Grenadiers. Aye, that's right. If you can get Osttruppen's veterans too, they can actually get an extra man, which I think is one of the only Axis squads that has that ability. Also some Volksgrenadier here, armored MP40s. I like the design of this Eastern Front thing going on here. Because over here it's a little bit more mismatched because we have Soviets and Americans fighting alongside each other. Which I really don't like, personally, because it just breaks the immersion, I think. Ooh, they're getting good shots at the Sappers here. They're getting the Sappers out in the open. They're easy shots for the Osttruppen and the Volksgrenadiers. And well, the Soviet recon squad is trying to get pot shots at the German position over here. Mostly the MG, I imagine. Also an MG42. It is. Oh, grenade from the Volksgrenadiers. Gebandeladung and that, wow. Now they're veterans too, so they can actually get an extra man. They're also being armed with SVTs. Ah, looks like Dolan has gone shock. We have double shock. Which is pretty common. Shock is a very popular commander. Not sure how well the Rangers are gonna do for Eric here. Depends if he can get behind the Germans somehow. Ah, we also have some shock Fontoviki here, being armed with double DPM. But that is a very powerful squad if it's handled properly. Double DPM is a lot of firepower. Which can DPM in this position. Germans attacking up by looks of it. Yes, the Jaegers have already set up their forward base in the town here. This map is Oka River, I believe, which is a vanilla map, so everyone should have access to it. It's a free map. Very popular back in the day, I think. Basically when Coltec was just available in Automatch. Bunker coming up here, probably a Sanitätsbunker. And no, a triage station, which is technically a Sanitätsbunker. Reinforced from, I assume. 222 threatening the Allied position. Jaeger Demolition Squad. These guys are very hard to utilize, but they would probably be good if you could sneak them around somehow. Double DPM and Soviet lieutenant here. But I believe it's the Tokarev. I'm not good with the Soviet pistols because it's definitely not a Makarov, I was told. It's using the 1911 model though. Soviets, conscript sappers, and Fontoviki. Fontoviki with a marksman by looks of it. Interesting decision. It's very handy to have.
We now unleash our soldiers' patriotic zeal to increase combat effectiveness.
Luke's coming onto the field for the Germans. And indeed, we have a blizzard coming. This is going to affect the line of sight a lot, because let's go with what we currently can see. Currently the troops can see this far here. Thanks to the tank destroyed everything. And that's why also wounded man here able to see stuff. But generally you can see pretty far with a blizzard. Like here's a very good example of it. So both sides can kind of see what each other is doing.
Shock troops have arrived.
Luke's trying to stop the Ranger demo team from having that house. Also, the blizzard is gonna make it very hard to see stuff, but we'll zoom a little bit down when we get to that. Let's see how this changes with the blizzard.
Blizzard conditions are now been assigned to our forces.
Currently it's not affected them too much over there. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go, the line of sight just kinda died down. You can barely see anything with the blizzard. That's what one would kinda expect. Pack is coming out though for the for the eastern front here. So it's still holding this position somehow. And firing through the snow. Looks like we have a lot of people praising the mechanic. It is a nice mechanic to see. More shock troopers coming here with a crowd mower. And shock troopers being armed fully with PPSH 41s. Which makes them a very terrifying squad in close quarters, by the way. 57mm for the Americans to counter the light armor of the Germans. So we're trying to dig a trench during the blizzard. That slows them down, so not good. Blizzard is generally very bad for digging trenches in. He needs to get to the heat. He needs to stay warm. But there's still a firefight going on despite everything here. And look at all the bodies here. And Krautmower is trying to shoot at the German position. Ostrova now have their extra man. Smoke grenade to try and obscure them in the blizzard even more as the pack works its way up. I really like this engagement on here between Smokey and Radico. This is really enjoyable to watch. Oh, it looks like the Americans have a falling encampment here with Ranger team with a bazooka. That's also a good counter. Oh, we have some Panzer Grenadiers now for Ranger armor, armed with STGs. A very potent assault weapon, good at most ranges. Bring a blend corporal. Soviets are trying to make a push for the center here. Not sure how effective this is going to be, we'll have to see. But the shock troopers are coming up here full force with the fully armed PPSH. Grenade coming on him. More shock troopers coming up though. But these Jägers are causing a lot of hurt on them. He's Aufklarer. Oh, I completely missed the Soviet coming around here with a scout can, destroying this entire position. Oh, that was really cool. That I missed it though. Oh, the Soviets are gonna push up.
Armored car has reported for duty.
And the Soviets are gonna be able to fight these Aufklar range, I think. Now we also have some Sturm Pioneers with a Panzerschreck. And some more Fallschirmjäger Pioneers coming up too. With a Granatbüchse, which is essentially a grenade launcher.
Radio crews are on standby to decipher communications from enemy
Oh, looks like a big explosion happened over here. Probably calling by the looks. Yeah, it looks like it was a Stuka 50-kilogram bomb. Soviets are slowly threatening the German positions more. Conscript bravely charging up here. Probably to throw a grenade or a Molotov at this building. Oh, and they actually get the Molotov off! On top of an artillery strike. That'll deny that building to the Germans. And it looks like the Panzer Grenadiers are trying to make a push through the town up here. Reporting the 222.
long-range artillery now available.
Definitely threatening the Germans hard. Not threatening the Germans, not threatening the Americans. Ugh. Scout car gonna try and make a move, I think, but they should avoid getting too close. Most German infantry attacks is the Panzerfausts. Oh, it almost stopped going for it.
Fresh Panzer Grenadiers.
Indeed, the Panzerfaust is all it takes.
Manufacturing capability has been increased.
Now we're getting double Panzer Grenadiers now for Smokey as well. These are the unique Panzer Grenadiers to Ost Legion, and these are very cool. The 25th. They can be armed with the scoped STGs and LMG 42s, and I love that they're using the vanilla Panzer Grenadier model. Really makes them look cool, especially in winter with this coat they have on.
The enemy is attempting to
Really cool
steal
looking
our
model.
sector. We are suffering losses.
I also believe the 25th here have the unique description of being the only fully mechanized or motorized Panzergrenadier division, which makes them quite unique. A shame he's not getting them in trucks or half-tracks though, but that would make too much sense. I really love their design though. I really love this model, whoever did it back at Relic. Especially the winter one. So it's not doing too well here at the central front. The Jägers alongside SS Fallschirmjägers on the field now, having been armed with the FT-42 with scopes. Americans are holding this position for now, but they need more. They are getting a Stuart though. Soviet forces on this flank might hopefully be preparing for another push. And now there's Panzer Grenadiers on the field, that should not be as easy. Especially not this high quality Panzer Grenadiers. I believe you can only have 2 of these guys on the field at a time, because they are that good. Oh, he needs to be careful what he does with this truck. All these German troops are Panzerfausts. And they're also getting really good shots on them. All these Panzer Grenadiers are gonna go for it. And they are. And that's another scout car taken care of by the Panzer Grenadiers. Looks like the Waffen SS is preparing to move up slightly. We have a Untersturmführer with them. The Panzer Grenadiers of the 15th are trying to push up here too. Defending this American position with a... Is that a Stuka? Yes, that's a Stuka. That's a dead building.
Let's give them hell,
Oof. That's lethal. Stuart on the field though. Just be used as an artillery piece, hammering the German position. Oh, good shot with the marksman right there.
Monster team reports ready for combat.
That poor medic got killed by the shockwave. Ow. Looks like Dolan's taking off for the final building straight away. Radico's going for the normal tank of I, probably to get some medium armor. Oh, heavy mortar now for the Soviet Union. That's gonna threaten the German position a lot more. Especially if they can hit. Which is not always guaranteed, it is a very inaccurate weapon. Lieutenant calling in artillery strike here to just buy some time. Soviets set up a falling cannon on the eastern front here. Allowing them to reinforce and retreat to it. Allies have lost this point though, which means if the Germans can hold on long enough, the Jaeger commander can actually call in close the pocket, which would be completely devastating. It would delete the American force from the game. But I think the Soviets might be able to get it back in time. Hopefully. If not, it's going to be really bad for Eric. Artillery coming in on the eastern front here. And a Panzer IV driving up too for Smokey. Heavy mortar for Radico too. The heavy mortar is a really nice weapon that the Soviet shock division can get. It can really put the pressure on German defense. Heavy mortar threatening the Germans, as we can see. Also the river. Panzer IV engaging, but running straight into assist. Ooh, getting a good shot on it too. Panzer Grenadier is not going to be able to move up under that pressure. Oh, another good shot! That thing is going to be out for the count, at least for a while. The Soviets are retaking their cut-off point here. Good to see. And another fire to get ready for the blizzard. People have to be very careful during winter. Especially in Russia.
Mortar team has arrived. Yes.
Germans gonna need to do the same. We do have a fire pit right here at least. Yeah, it's gonna be too cold for the Panzer Grenadiers.
A fresh officer has arrived. Caution.
Shock troops just staying in the trench to stay warm. But that's gonna keep them even more warm. That's an incendiary round. Oh. Ooh, bad timing. Oh, this Sabah should probably get closer to the fire, but he noticed it. It's very hard to stay warm in this time. So it's making a makeshift decision. Getting ready for the time to come and the fighting. Shock Lieutenant is still present here. A little bit quiet now because of the blizzard. Panzer IV is operational again. Driving slowly through the snow. You have a lieutenant here for the Wehrmacht, at least in front as well. This is a combat lieutenant, so he should probably get to the front, but I guess he's just stopping to stay warm while it's a blizzard raging around. How would I want to move through all this kind of stuff anyway? Ah, they're being out with the MP38. Ah, because you don't get the MP40 as Ost Division's lieutenant. Fascinating. MP38 is essentially like an MP40, but it was more costlier to produce and it was less accurate to read. Sometimes you go with what you have to go with. Yeah, huddle up and stay warm. Huddle up and stay warm. Can't really do much in the blizzard, so gotta do with what you have.
Blizzard is passing.
Oh, and it's going away now. That probably means the battles are going to resume. And almost immediately, Panzer IV engages with the Maxim. We also have a squad of tank hunters here. Trying to get a stolen Panzerfaust off. But they failed, but the Sis did get a good shot on them. Oh, another good shot, wow! That Panzer IV is in a really bad position. Artillery coming in on the Soviets here. Oh, trench is cleared. Panzer already putting the hurt though with the double DPMs. Panzer Grenadiers are trying to provide support here for the Panzer IV. And the Lieutenant moving up too. Gebaldelatum coming in the trench. Oh, but the Panzer Grenadiers are dead. Oh, that's not good. The Soviets can sustain these losses, the Germans generally can't. Artillery fire coming in the German position in the center. Aufklass sneaking up as they should, but they're being spotted. They're being spotted by is the question. Oh, probably the flares. More engagement on this flank. Ostruppen are desperately trying to take the point under supervision of the German lieutenant. Americans are facing Stuke and Panzer Lux, supporting Panzer Grenadiers. Untersuchungsführer calling in artillery in this Soviet position. They are really clumped up. KB2? There's a KB2 on the field? That was quick. I suppose though they'd go straight for it. Question is, how effective is a KB2 going to be? Double DPMs are again just immediately showing their presence.
Fresh officer has arrived.
We'll keep an eye on what this KB2 does, hopefully. Should have been pushing up for the Americans here. Yeah, the German Panzer Grenadiers are going to need to be more careful around a Sherman with a 50 cal. Also, you cannot toggle with HE anymore unless you get an upgrade from the final tier building now. The Shermans aren't as outwardly anti-infantry. Okay, KB2 just shot at the ground. Hitting I don't know what. Panzer IV coming onto the field still. So this is slowly... Oh, good mortar shot right there. Oh. KB2 is slowly just trying to hit the front line. He got hit by a Panzer strike shot by the looks of it. Oh, Sherman got taken up by the command Stuk. Ammo cooked off. Not looking too good for the Americans in this flank. Germans are doing another push. And Soviets are doing a moving up with the KV2, but it isn't fully repaired. Oh, that's the Fallschirmjäger dead. That's trying to get a shot off, and it did. The KV2 has to pull back for repairs. Jaeger officers pushing up in the center. Falling in big artillery here. Oh, Panzer IV been immobilized by the SIS. Oh! It's not looking too well for the Germans. At least not here. Panzer Grenadiers are being pinned. It's a very desperate defense by the Ost Legion on this flank. I'm really loving the engagement over here on the eastern part of the map. Like, this area is just such a good place to fight. But it's a little bit more static over on the American end here. Center, the Germans are pushing up very aggressively with their officers. T-45. KB2 is slowly being repaired. Another Panzer IV that was immediately immobilized. Probably by the tank hunters. Mortar coming out for the Ost Division. And another SIS. Oh, good shot right there. And another Panzer IV dead. Ooh, the Germans are taking heavy losses on the eastern part here. But the Panzer Grenadiers are still trying to bravely hold on. MG42 here is keeping the Soviets at bay. Howitzer going up here for the Germans. Two Panzer IVs present here for the Waffen SS. And a Panther coming in. Team 2's operational again. Grenade coming out for the Soviet troops. That is a big clump of Soviet troops. Oh, that's an MG bunker. Very smart position too. That's a good Overwatch position right here. KV2 is pushing up. American 30 cal present here. before I got a good penetrating shot on the KV2. Oh, Tiger! We have a Tiger for the Germans as well. Oh no, the Allies not gonna hold on long if the Tiger gets through. Big panzer push for the Germans now. SEGA being grabbed here. Five to 7 millimeters actually getting good shots in. Artillery coming in the Tiger. Explosive from the Tiger, I imagine. Yep. E-45 is trying to get a flanking shot. Oh, good shot on the Tiger! That's the force moving in to try and distract. But KV2 is pushing. Oh! 57mm, I think, got it. It's not looking good for the Germans now. It just switched it all around and the Panther needs to get moving. And we'll have an artillery fight going on the other flank thanks to the howitzer now from the Ost division. Trying to buy them some time and give them some briefing room. Oh, good shot. Driver injured on the Panther. E-45 got the Panther. Suddenly this battle turned around very quickly. But the Panzer Grenadiers have pushed in on the American flank while this happened. But it's not a good enough push. They have to pull back. Heavy mortars firing. Oh, counter barraging on the German howitzer. Oh, very good precise artillery right there on the Beobox Panzer. So we need to repair these vehicles. Rangers being armed with double BARs. Very powerful and very potent. KV2 on the other flank, and a howitzer going up for the Soviets here. Ooh, this is going to be very dangerous for the Germans. Truly quite a terrifying fight we have going on here. So I just have to get me a glass of water here. Just to make sure I'm actually recording, because I would not have wanted to gotten this far without actually recording. Oh, the Grenadiers are armed with scoped STGs. That's a very powerful thing that Panzer gets access to his Wehrmacht. And now we have Ranger teams with double BARs. Another howitzer coming in. Oh, well, another blizzard. Oh, but the KV2 is going to make a move. Oh, immobilizing a tank that's already entrenched, so that wouldn't really do much. It will stop it from moving away, though. And the howitzer does get hit by counter barrage continuously. Ost division is trying to push up. Panzerfaust to the KV2. Successfully at that. And Soviet howitzer is firing. Already destroying stuff there. Firing a much higher caliber. Another Panther for the Germans here. Panzer Grenadiers are trying to push up through the blizzards. Probably not the best move. Yeah, getting kills though. Now they're running into the BARs. They need to get to some warmth though. Which Church will provide. While the rest of the force huddles around this by the That's a King Tiger! Oh boy! How are the Allies gonna deal with a King Tiger? So the Herb Mortar down to one person, he's gonna be freezing to death. Ah, he's trying to retreat him. But that's not gonna stop him from freezing to death, I think. I cannot retreat, it's in Panda Barrage mode. Yeah, I think that guy's gotta die. Yep.
Their weapons and clothing belong to the state.
Ooh, horrible stuff.
Are you going to pave the way to Berlin with the frozen corpses of your men?
Oh, that's just horrible. Like, the animation of them freezing to death is just... ugh.
Troops are dying in the cold.
That's because there's no fire here. That tank on him might actually just be dead.
Are your men Soviets? How can they be freezing? Have you not planned for winter?
Oh, that's just horrible. Seeing troops freeze to death is always horrible.
Heavy panzer here. Standing by.
Oh, the King Tiger is so close to the front that I can't even see it.
Blizzard is passing. Normal weather is returning.
And now normal weather is returning. Oh, a penetrating shot from the 3-inch. High explosive shot hits the ground in front of it. Another penetrating shot in the King Tiger. Once again, the Wunderwaffe is a disappointment.
Blizzard is gone.
That's a lot of BARs. Yeah, that King Tiger needs to get repaired. And the Soviets were trying to push up in this opening. Another Panther's arrived for the Germans.
You're ready. Send orders. Okay, ready yourself.
Artillery coming in the Allied position.
The weather is inflicting losses on our units.
Soviets have pushed up on the fuel here, thanks to the KP-2. And all the Soviet artillery being set up. Yeah, the German house has been decrewed. That's an elephant! Oh! KP-2 is still kind of disastrous. The Ost Division is lacking a lot of our front line anymore. They lost a lot of men. Now the Germans are pushing up through the town, though. King Tiger's operational again. KP-2 is almost operational again. Looks like there's a sector artillery going in. Another cut-off point. Wonder how well the Elephant will do. I guess it will be hard to penetrate finally. That's a heat shield coming in. Didn't do much. That's an anti-tank raid. Oh, very good shot! Oh, that's not a good idea to do. Oh, the 80 gun got it though. Oh yeah, the German position here has only one squad left. Ooh. The Soviets and the Americans might be able to turn this around. Although they still have to deal with a King Tiger and Panthers amassing in the town. But the outer flank has completely collapsed under the weight of the Soviet Union.
MG-42 team is ready for action.
And more Fontoviki are pushing up.
The enemy is attacking one of our forward buildings.
Panther is actually relocating to the other flank. Which makes sense, given the situation. Jäger's also moving with Ansturmführer and some Baltian Pioneers. King Tiger is slowly pushing up alongside Pioneers. Oh yeah, that T-45 is gone.
Panzer Grenadiers standing by.
Oh, the gun got destroyed too! Yeah, the KB2's not gonna do anything against this thing. That's a satchel charge though, but I did not do anything but daze them. There's very little here that can threaten a Tiger, a King Tiger. Oh, that bazooka though! Good shot. I'm not sure what that Theobox Panzer is doing. And then we have Panthers on the other flank. Support the beleaguered Ostlegion. Oh! Good shot with that KB2. Oh, and immobilized by a shot from the PTRS. And actually from the KB2 causing tons of damage to the Panther. The Panthers are doing well. The Jaegers have had to move to the eastern front instead. The Soviets are freezing to death though.
Warning! Your troops are freezing to death.
Does not look like the Soviets care.
Pioneers has arrived. We have a fresh Grenadier squad. Prepare yourself!
More Fontoviki squads are moving up. Panzer IV might be trying to flank the KB2.
One of our emplacements is under attack.
A fresh officer has arrived.
You are responsible for your soldiers. If they freeze to death, they cannot die fighting the enemy.
American positions being overrun by the Germans. 2-2 is just threatening everything.
Unit. They got wiped out.
There's just a lack of equipment here to deal with it. You have tons of howitzers for the Soviets coming up though. Panther got destroyed on this flank. This KV-2 is proving to be a real menace on this flank. And 85 coming up for the eastern front too. 2-2 is still just destroying everything.
We have a new T-34 standing by.
Another KV-2 for the other Soviet. Two down. Man, German Panzer have lost practically everything. The Allies could actually make a comeback here.
A squad of pioneers has arrived.
Only the SS really have a lot of troops left. Oh! That is some devastating artillery right there.
imminent.
And just as that, another blizzard rolls in. Looks like a lot of fighting is going on today. Oh, KV2 killed his own trench. That's the disadvantage of using a weapon with that many high explosive shells. That big high explosive shells. Panther's gonna move on to KV2 now. Nothing is gonna be able to stop it. Oh, 85 though gets a good shot. Oh, good shot with that right there.
The enemy is trying to destroy a structure.
Caution. Blizzard.
Oh, 85 got the final say there.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector. Another vehicle has been lost in the defense of the Rodina.
Notice the Americans have somewhat stabilized their front now. The Germans have to rebuild a lot of their equipment though. Oh, they're actually trying to flank here with the Panzer Grenadiers. Somewhat successfully. It wants to take out the howitzers by the looks of it. Very specialized task for the Panzer Grenadiers right here. He's trying to destroy it. But I don't think frag grenades are going to do anything to it. At least not enough. Oh yeah, tanks barely have any sight of the blizzard, by the way. Tanks can only see that far. This blizzard is actually giving the Wehrmacht time to recuperate. Or well, the Germans time to recuperate. Because the Allies could have used it. Oh, that King attack actually got killed. I missed that. Wow, this has really become a devastating fight. Yeah, the Allies should be able to move the instant the blizzard ends and take advantage with these ranges. Meanwhile, the howitzer is firing. Not sure on what. Ooh. Oh shit! The Wehrmacht lost everything! Yeah, the Soviet howitzers are definitely starting to show their worth today.
Panther ready.
Not a Panther. The Wehrmacht is getting their own Panthers. They are completely out of infantry.
Panther ready. It's time for action.
And the Germans seem to have mostly been bled of the troops. Well, a Panzerkampfgruppe has arrived though. And now the Allies should be able to take advantage of the lull of the the remaining Germans in the town, which is barely any.
Panzer 4 ready for action. Yes, comrade.
An E2 for the Americans, the Jumbo.
Conditions clear. The blizzard is gone.
And now the Allies should take advantage and move. But they don't know that the Germans have completely abandoned the town. How could they possibly know? Germans are making a push for this part of the map again. And the Wehrmacht needs to get infantry back, I think. It's just focusing on tanks, it's not gonna help, because the tanks do not have a lot of sight on their own. Oh, 85 tried to get a good shot, but failed. That's a lot of tanks, though, for the Germans coming here. A column of panzers.
Ready for action. Send orders. You need something?
The Allies are not taking advantage of pushing into the town at the moment.
Officer is awaiting orders.
Here's another KV-2. They've been liking the KV-2, aren't they?
Command unit is ready to be deployed.
I'd be surprised that the Allies not just pushing to take the town, but artillery coming in this position, not too much. That's actually a very heavy barrage for such a single unit. The German panzers are forming up though. An Alpha class are preparing to sneak ahead to scout. Panthers relocating back to the other front. Leaving the Ost division to get flanked. Oscar just managed to get a Panzerfaust out, but it was not enough to save the Panzer IV. The Jägers are still making the illusion that there's more Germans in the town than there actually are. Also just to buy time for the Panzers, I assume. These Jägers probably give them a lot of sight. Yeah, they give them a lot of sight all the way down here. Yeah, that's double Panthers against the Jumbo. Ooh, howitzers are firing in now, though. And these Soviet howitzers are gonna cause a lot of pain. Soviets have very high caliber howitzers, but we do have two counter howitzers. Guess this has become an artillery fight now. But the Soviets have the higher caliber. What is that command panzer doing? Ooh, not much. Artillery going in the Americans though. Panthers are, however, trying to fight now. But here comes the Soviet panzers. Soviet tanks, I mean. Flanking around with the 85s. So, American Air Force coming in. We got stirred by the building. KV-2 trying to push up. Oh, not good for that 85. Panther moving straight up on the KB2, not much it can do. It's until we're going into the Soviet position. Panther has lost his gun. Jaeger troops supporting by Panzers is slowly pushing up. Panzer Grenadiers are also in the field again, armed with STGs. Soviets lost a lot of their troops here. But the Soviets can recover a lot easier than other factions can. Jaeger troops are slowly pushing up here against American machine gun fire. That's too much for them. Lots of small AT guns for the Americans. They're being called in by the Sturmbannführer here. But he's calling in Condor bombing. Double Soviet recon's gonna run straight into Condor bombing. Oh, but they avoided being killed. Lucky.
Fresh guards troops are standing by.
Soviet howitzers are still harassing the German panzers.
Guards troops ready for action. Engineers ready for assignment.
More Soviet troops arriving.
Yes, comrade.
And this Soviet has lost, Radico has lost a lot of troops. Should probably get some replacements. This looks like Smokey has kinda got replacements back. Somewhat. He's gonna recrew his artillery pieces. That Panzer is facing a lot of AT fire. Oh, ammo rack explosion on the Panther. Oh, that's a big loss. And well, another German attempted to push over here. But it's too much. Ostwind has arrived of all things. Probably deal with all the infantry, but it's more of an anti-air weapon, obviously. Still lots of German heavy tanks have arrived. Or, well, technically the Panther's not a heavy tank, but he could be considered one just because of how powerful it is. And here's another blizzard. Truly a lot of carnage today. And the Panther wreck still doesn't count as heavy. Actually it does, you just have a hard time moving up to it somewhat. Yeah, that's that squad. Soviet naval infantry has arrived on the field though. Really good assault infantry that can be armed with a variety of equipment, like actually drum magazine Thompsons. They seem to both be armed with marksman weapons though. They're very effective shock infantry.
Panzer IV is ready for battle.
Well, House is just threatening the German positions constantly, even during the blizzard. Mortars have been airdropped in though, but I'm not sure how effective that's gonna be with all the counter barrage. Germans are slowly trying to just dig in and make the best of things while they're being shelled. One advantage is that the shells will at least be very inaccurate during a blizzard.
Suppressive fire! Suppressive fire!
Oh, that one hit though. Oh, that's a lot of shells coming in all over the front. Yeah, it looks like all the houses have been taking shots now. They're completely shelling the German side. That's what you face against the Soviets shock late game if you don't push them out early. You're gonna get shelled to death. It looks like the shots are inaccurate though, they're landing all over the place. Soviet House is not known for their accuracy, and in the blizzard it's even worse. Ah! So it's trying to sneak up with a recon squad during the blizzard. Still cannot see that much during a blizzard, unfortunately. What if they can get hidden there? It actually makes sense he uses them, because I believe they are not affected by snow. The Soviet recon squad. It's not just a sneaking feature though, which they have the ability to do. I think they've been spotted.
Troops are dying in the cold.
Good attempt though.
Shock troops can now be used to crush the enemy.
I kind of should have revealed that it's very open to push in.
Blizzard is passing. Normal weather is returning.
Guard squad ready.
My naval infantry needs to get warm though.
Awaiting orders.
Panzer are relocated to fight on the eastern front here alongside those troops. Looks like they're preparing their panzers for push eastwards. Is that Romanians? Yeah, the Romanians have been called in. Interesting. Because Ost Division gets like access to calling in various other countries aligned with the Nazis during World War II. Romanians being one of them. Keep it 45. Flares coming across the front line. Looks like they have already been spotted though. But here comes the Panzer Bush. Pan for some Panzer Force. '85 getting a good shot.
A squad of infantry has been killed.
Too much fire coming in on it. Looks like all the German players are pushing together. Tech artillery coming in too. The Americans are taking advantage of this to try and push up on their end.
One of our machine guns has been silenced.
Panzer Grenadiers are pushing up well alongside the Panther though. But now the Americans are taking advantage and taking the town. There's lack of things in the town to stop them.
Armor here.
Romanians are pushing up desperately, trying to support their German allies.
Pioneers ready for assignment.
Oh, good shot from the 85 right there. The Americans just need to keep pushing. There's nothing to stop them.
Target that infantry! Upgrade completed. Forward elements report an infantry unit lost. Orders complete.
They're trying to repair all the tanks to keep moving.
Hit! We've received our field from I need distance on direction of contact. We have casualties! Battlegruber headquarters has been destroyed.
Oh, this is gonna hurt the SS so hard.
Vehicle has been dispatched. MT-40 troops landing.
But the Soviets have lost this flank though. As all the three Axis players pushed together.
The enemy has destroyed one of our vehicles.
One Panther is trying to make the other way though.
Listen up! Fight cover!
Another vehicle.
Yeah, but the
enemy
Soviets are not in the best
sector.
spot now.
Looks like we're
The SS have lost all their command trucks though. That's a flanking Panther.
An infantry squad has been killed. The sector has been cut
Oh,
off.
the other Sherman saved it.
Awaiting orders.
The Germans are being really aggressive.
Our brave infantry.
But the howitzers are starting to fire. Americans are now threatening the German base.
Good effect on target. One of our fighting positions is sustaining fire.
More of our troops are
Very tight battle going on here.
We are losing a sector.
Are they gonna try and do close the pockets? If they can take. Ah, but there's a cash on it.
We have a new
None of the Panthers arrived.
standing by.
We've been spotted. Enemy panzer is out of action.
The enemy has killed another infantry squad.
But I think the Germans are running out of steam here. Like, it's been a valiant attempt, but they are seeming to be running out of steam. The Allies just can fight a lot longer than they can. That's a satchel inside the trench.
A squad of pioneers has arrived. Help wagon is ready.
The Panthers are relocated though to help retake this part at the front.
Rises to the top.
But the Soviets are still just getting more and more units in. And the Americans have a lot of Rangers at the moment.
Listen up!
These Panzers though are still doing pretty okay despite being stuck there.
Fascist armor on the attack!
Oh my god, that Panzer IV is just doing so much by being stuck there.
Assigned fresh panzer grenadiers.
Yeah, well, the Germans make another comeback on the other flank now. Panzer Grenadiers work so well alongside the tank though.
Grenadiers standing by.
The Panther's just so powerful frontally. 185 did not get a good shot off. Yeah, it looks like it's becoming another comeback, you know. Now the Axis is just moving back to take the town.
What do you want, comrade?
He's just gonna throw an anti-tank grenade on it, isn't he? Yep, and that's all it took. I'm still pushing up relentlessly. Panzer Grenadiers is still proving that they are very good units. And the Allies need to get more infantry out there in the front to hold their line now. The Axis is taking advantage of the lack of infantry. And Germans are laying out tons of mines just to buy themselves some time. Very smart strategy and very German thing to do. Generally, Germans want to lay a lot of mines to buy themselves some time. And Regal mines would stop any counter-tank push, definitely. This is a really long battle, though. Perhaps a little bit too long. But I'm liking all their mines. Yes, mines coming up now, too. Panzer Grenadiers on the other flank here. Allies, the Americans don't have a lot of troops currently. Neither does the Soviets. The Soviets really need to get some more infantry out in the field. At least I think so if they want to have any field presence again, because the Axis have just really taken the advantage here. Oh, good grenade assault right there. But I think those Panzer Grenadiers are gonna get out of there. It's still the Bavaria of that Panther though. Might be the last Panther on the field actually. Looks like it. Veteran 2.
The command half-track has been converted to the headquarters building.
The SS are slowly trying to tear back up so they can get Panthers again. Ostwind present as well.
Send orders.
And Ostwind is not going to do much against the KV-2 though. And the Soviet howitzers are firing again. I like the German push did it because they kind of needed to do that. Because if you give the Soviets time to just pound you into the ground with artillery, you're kind of losing. Soviet shock can be really terrifying to face later on because of that. Garibaldi did nothing. That's weird. What are these Soviets gonna do against this thing? I guess they have scissors. Panzer Grenadiers are making the push again. That's a very bad move. Oh, yeah. You didn't even want to raid from a KV-2 looking at you. Well, doesn't look like the naval infantry did much there.
blizzard imminent.
And another blizzard. Wow, this just goes on and on, doesn't it? Oh, just in time getting behind that building. That Panther is definitely one of their best assets currently. Ah, we have a ranger camp coming up here. Very sneaky by Eric. Good to see. Well, the Germans, the Soviets are stuck in this position by the looks of it. Cut off unless they can get that point. But with the blizzard, they're definitely going to have the chance to push back, I think.
Caution. Blizzard.
Get behind the cover. Try to stay warm. Oh, he's using breakthrough tactics. Allows him to decapture points fast. Just gotta try and stay warm now. Germans are trying to pull back to consolidate themselves as the cold sweeps over them as well.
New unit ready and on the field.
Well, it looks like the Rangers are gathering out here.
Listen up.
Pioneers huddling for warmth.
Good and ready.
Yeah, this battle has been going on for over an hour. Wow. This is a really long one, by the way.
Stand by. Orders.
So it's still trying to push up in the cold, despite the minefields. Oh, he has to be very careful wherever he moves. There could be Regal mines. The Regal mines up here. Another King Tiger has arrived. This has been a very big battle then. All these people just trying to stay warm on this harsh battlefield that's claimed many, many lives. And this battlefield has been very harsh for both sides.
Come on, get ready.
He doesn't know he can climb them, right? He might be trying that, but they might still be stuck.
Blizzard is passing.
Steady up, fellas. I got orders coming. We're back to full strength.
And a shock cam being set up here. Rangers trying to push out. They run straight into the Fallschirmjägers.
Stand by. Orders. My ear.
Conditions clear. Troops. The blizzard is gone.
Yeah, that's kinda... Oh, that's expensive.
Being wiped out.
Go with all ready to deploy.
Ready for orders.
And I guess another panzer push has been prepared during the blizzard. This might be the hammer and the nail. Hey, he's mined the front line, so he doesn't have to worry about it. Very German tactic, so he can support his allies. And here comes the German push. Here they come. With King Tiger and everything involved too. Oh, good job with the howitzer right there. Oh, but the German tanks are supposed to be destroyed, but out here, the Jaegers are pushing into with their Panthers. But the King Tiger has been severely damaged. Gearbox Panzer destroyed. Jaegers are pushing up hard though. The Fallschirmjäger is just destroying any obstacle in their path that's infantry. King Tiger pushed up another Tiger coming. This might be the end. Indeed. The allies surrendered. And I'll see you all next time, everyone. And in the future, please send me in fights where it's only the Western allies, aka the United States and the British, against the Axis, or the Soviets only against the Axis. Thank you very much. I'll see you all next time, everyone. Bye bye!